I had someone ask me this week, what exactly is recovering our freedom? What exactly does that mean? If you have ever asked yourself this question, join me today on The Free Advantage as we dive in and explore what really is recovering our freedom. Hello, friends, and welcome back to The Free Advantage, brought to you by The Risky Path. I'm Heather Davis, and I want to invite you to join me each week as we explore self-discovery, authenticity, and the journey to recovering a life of freedom. This podcast is about sharing and exploring impactful experiences that we all share in a relatable and digestible way. With so much information out there, it can be overwhelming to take it all in. And here, I want to give you small bites that you can take back into your week and integrate into your daily life. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. Thank you for joining me here today. I hope life wherever you are is treating you well and that the new season is off to a good start. Though the dates don't say it yet, the truth is summer as we know it is officially over. School has started back for those of you with children or for those of us in school ourselves. And life, it seems to be in full swing. As we step into September, this turn of the seasons is a time of transformation, both in nature and within ourselves. The changing season brings a sense of possibility to us. This is the time of opportunity for us to reset, recommit, and recover our freedom. I had someone ask me this week, what exactly does that mean? What exactly is recovering our freedom? The whole premise of this podcast and my work is this very thing. And really, what I had to share with him is the answer to what is recovery. For some, recovery is the state in which people find and live out their sobriety. For others, it's healing from an injury. Recovery is for those who have been ill. But for every single person on this planet, recovery is a journey of growth, healing, and transformation. There are many types of recovery. Whether it's addictions, trauma, identity, creative, relational, emotional, mental, physical or spiritual, or financial recovery, freedom is something we are all in search of. So when I open my podcast and I invite you to join me to explore self-discovery, authenticity, and the journey to recovering a life of freedom. This is what I mean. And today, as the seasons are changing, I want us to recommit, to reset to this idea of recovery, to change. Because the season of change is upon us once again. The sun is bright, and there is a barrage of scattered brown and yellow leaves that have accumulated already beneath our oak tree. It is still pushing mid-90s, and even though the sun is high and unrelenting in its heat, showing no signs of fall, the trees and animals and the earth still, in faith or by a knowing, prepare for the winter. They trust the seasonal change is coming and that things won't be this way forever. They do not waver in what the symptoms of the sky are telling them. If we look closely, even the earth is teaching us how to listen to God, trust that the change we are hoping for is coming, and continue in our faith. Recovering a life of freedom, taking back our lives, is a feat, and it is not one to be taken lightly. And no matter what kind of recovery you may find yourself in, whether it's the beginning of your journey or somewhere in the midst of it, or if you are someone walking alongside someone else in their journey, I want you to take a pause. Take time to reset, recommit yourself to your journey. This is something that I have to do often, and sometimes I have to do daily. Living a life of freedom isn't always easy. This whole past month, I have found myself struggling. I have been super foggy and unclear, not sure of my way forward, not sure of what to say next, not sure if this episode would even be releasing. I literally am recording this mere hours before it is to be released. I have felt blocked and distracted, and when that happens, that leaves me feeling very overwhelmed. I come here each week and share my life with you all because I think it's important for us to share our lives with one another, to know that we aren't alone in our journey of life, that there are others who feel the way that we do and experience things that we do. I come back here each week to share because I want to be a source of encouragement to you to keep going, keep reaching for the freedom that is rightfully yours. I have been on my freedom journey for many years now. Though personal addiction to alcohol or substances isn't my journey, I am in recovery from every other one on the list that I mentioned above. I walk my own journey, and I also walk along with others in theirs. And I have found that no matter how far I have come, I still find myself in those moments where I feel crazy, unsure of where I'm going, who I am, and honestly, what it's all for. I know things are better, that I am better, but sometimes, some days, some moments lead me to believe otherwise. I am in the middle of yet another transition in my life, and it has been proving to be challenging in almost every way, every single day. My goal for the next few weeks is to share and talk about the ugly side of growth. People always talk about what to do, how to do it, how to affirm ourselves, and the inspiration behind it all. But I want to dive into the gritty parts, the ones we all feel and no one talks about, like it's all taboo. I want to be real, raw, and vulnerable. Because the truth is, I want to come on here and tell you that it is easy. I want to tell you that once you learn all of the tools, know the right things to say and do, and all of the activities that bring you back to yourself, that it gets easier. And I would be amiss if I didn't say that some things are easier. I mean, I at least know where to turn, what to do when I need it. But the actual doing, the turning to my tools and listening to the truth of what I actually know, yeah, that still remains, well, hard. I, like you, struggle with my ego, my pride, my self-worth, and being vulnerable. It is step by step, day by day, and from faith to faith that I have to choose me, choose God, and choose worth. It's an uncomfortable scene around here some days when I feel low and unworthy. When I look in the mirror and I don't like what's looking back at me and wonder if I will ever get to a place where I don't feel this way. What's super funny to me is that 98% of the time, I don't feel that way anymore. But the 2% that still hits me, it hits me as hard as it ever did when I felt that way 100% of the time. It's easy to get sucked right back into the old patterns of conditioning. And truthfully, it is way too easy. Even when I have worked as hard as I have for as long as I have, all it takes is one bad moment or day to wreck my mindset, my thoughts, and it tries to take over my physical actions. A couple of weeks ago, I have been really struggling with a gamut of emotions. I'm aging and things in my life and personal body are changing. I have been riding this emotional roller coaster and not feeling super well in my mind and my body. And because of this, I almost made a snap decision to cut off all of my hair. I was 2 ponytails and a pair of scissors in before I sat on the floor, took a minute to just pause and breathe before returning to myself and eventually removing my ponytails and returning my scissors to their rightful spot. Now, don't get me wrong. Cutting my hair, it's not a problem. If I want to cut my hair, I should. But it's how I do something that is more important. Now, I say how instead of why because the how of a situation has to do with the method in the process or manner in which we do something. It's not the motivation behind it. That's the why. And honestly, I already know why I do those things. See, for the past 3 years, I have been growing my hair out from having it in a shaved pixie cut for a very, very long time. And after a while, I wanted my hair long. And I never could seem to just get it there. It was always due to these kinds of moments like these where I would find myself in a emotional or mental situation. When things emotionally, mentally, or even physically stress me out, I would feel bad about myself, and to the scissors and the clippers I went. It was an easy, quick fix and a boost. A quick change to make me feel momentarily better in lieu of the real change that I needed. So, yeah, how I do things matters. Committing to myself to grow out my hair has been a 3-year spiritual journey for me. And for me to find myself in an unsettled state with scissors in hand showed me exactly how easy it is to just slip right back into an old toxic pattern that didn't serve me. So again, I want to tell you that it's easy, but honestly, some days it's just not. And that is okay. It's not meant to be. I think we get into a place of thinking that, oh, I'm going to be better and then everything will be fine and all of the stuff that I don't like that I do or that I feel will just go away. But as we grow, it is incremental. It doesn't just happen overnight, no matter how bad we want it to. Just like when we were little. We didn't get big overnight. We grew a little each day. Most days, no one even noticed. We didn't even notice. Until all of a sudden, our clothes are too small. We start bumping into things because we are taller than we once were, and we can do things that we couldn't do before. Then, every so often, we would hit a growth spurt where everyone noticed how much we have grown. It's like we shot up overnight. Our inner growth works much the same way, incrementally. Some days it may feel like you haven't grown at all, but trust the process. I have a close friend in their own recovery journey who told me, it works because you work it. If you are doing the work, just know it's working. I want to encourage you as you continue your own recovery journey. Recovering a life of freedom is not for the faint of heart. I'm not here to scare you, but I am here to encourage and walk alongside you. No matter your walk, no matter which journey you are on, you are not alone. And I know that it can feel cliche to say, but it's true. It's okay to not be okay sometimes. There will be easy days when it all feels right. And there will be days when we feel ourselves slipping back into the darkness of ourselves. This is normal. And it is okay. Remember, it's all a part of growing. When you are having days like this, just breathe. It will pass. And remember, you are not alone. Reach out to your support. And if you don't have anyone, reach out to me. I am here for you. Message me, email me, DM me, find me on Instagram. Reach out. Recovering a life of freedom isn't the easy path, but it's the best path you could choose because you're choosing you. I am excited for you and me for where this is all leading us. And just know that no matter where you are or what you have endured, recovering a life of freedom is possible. I want to thank you so much for joining me here today on The Free Advantage. For more tools and support and inspiration, please visit my website, theriskypath.com. And if this episode resonated with you, please share it with someone who might need to hear this message. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave us a review. Your voice matters, and it helps us to grow and get our message out to more people just like you. Let's continue this journey to freedom together. And remember, freedom is the advantage you already own. Until next time.